Meanwhile, in France, they've got this new law that I have a feeling Jayar Jackson is gonna have a problem with. So they want to encourage people to travel in ways other than driving, and they're going to be co-opting actual car commercials to push this message. New law requires the mention of one of three statements in any given advertisement. So roughly translated, these are, quote, for short journeys, walk or cycle, as well as think about carpooling and take public transport daily. So these messages must be included in all advertising, whether it's print, online, or broadcast on radio or TV. They must be clearly visible on screen, or in the case of radio ads, be spoken aloud after the ad proper is finished. JR, what do you think about this?
Well, I don't know, man. A better way to make sure that people don't drive is just give them all Priuses, and then they'll be like, I'm not driving this garbage, you kidding me? So when I get into one, I have to drive 2 miles an hour, I'd rather walk, I'd get there faster. That's actually the selling point. They need me as a nice publicist, maybe need me to implement a policy to make sure that these are mentioned in every car commercial. Only Priuses are getting sold in France now, therefore no one will drive. Or if they do, they'll definitely won't get anywhere. That's for damn sure.
My wife has a Prius C and it is perfectly fine to drive. And by the way, mine is a non-hybrid. We'll see how much you enjoy driving that one.
Also, it's not really gonna work. So more seriously, I mean, maybe it's. I don't think it'll work that much. It is gonna take a longer standing change of mindset. I'm thinking from my American point of view. Maybe in France it's different. So that small caveat there. But just from my own personal experience with what I've seen in driving in my own country, I mean, these are nice warnings, fine, toss them on there, but I don't know how much people are gonna then see that and go, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy that Mazda anymore. Zoom, zoom sounds bad, but get on that bus sounds much better. No, it doesn't.
No, it's gonna be zoom, zoom, please, zoom, zoom on a bicycle. Yeah, look, as people are saying in the chat, this is basically like on cigarette packages and ads having to have a thing. Look, lots of commercials, especially on the radio. It's like, hey, buy this product. They say all the things that they have to say right after. This feels a lot like that.
But they're
will
trying.
it work? Look, I think it's fine. You can drive, and people will always need to drive. I hope that they'll be able to drive soon in EVs that are gonna be much cleaner. And by the way, if I could fight back against one thing that JR said, it's that, like, JR, very soon you're gonna have an opportunity, and I would love to set it up. If we could have like Ford's new Lightning, or if Rivian, if you're watching this Rivian, I want to make a video of JR driving one of your trucks, and I want him to feel what a high performance electric vehicle feels like. And you will be done with these clunky 100-year-old pieces of garbage.
The clunky 100-year-old pieces of garbage are, it's like art. You know, when people decide to refurbish a house, or maybe these house flippers, they go in and gut it and clean it out, and it's a brand new thing. That's what a beautiful thing to do is with older cars. But you know what? I did drive an electric car. I got the little Bronco recently, which is only like 3 cylinders, so that's pretty close to nothing. But I did test drive the Mustang electric.
Yeah,
I loved that car.
Okay, yeah, I've heard good things.
The wheels do look like bicycle tires, but it was a fun experience driving it.
Okay. Someday, we're gonna get you in one, and I will record, a V8 on a tape. You can play it.
Yeah, no, they have
still hear the noise.
I pressed the button and it went, and I was like, that's not an engine. That, my friend, is some person recorded voice going.
You can make the sound effects yourself if you want. Anyway, by the way, it's part of a wider push in France to lower emissions. They're going to be ending the sale of gas and diesel powered cars by 2040. Which is a million years from now. So
I'm joining conservatives from the mid 2000s, man. No more French fries. They're freedom fries. These French don't know how to handle real.
It's freedom cars. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.